She's not aware of it though, but when it flashes up, you're staring right at it, Ivanhoe, as you can see him doing his best Elvis on the dance floor right now.
A bit of a smirk.
No problem. And there's a certain thing. There's certain a kind of honor and all that, and then another camera pans and you see Liz holding out her cred stick as if she's offering some money towards Deadeyes, and he's like shaking his head, and she's like, "Come on, do it!" There's a certain level of honor and professionalism. Sorry.
So don't kill people you're not supposed to.
No, she's not saying that.
Okay, good.
No, she just basically. Do not think of this place as a sanctuary or a refuge. If the law comes running to you, you will be turned away. Some people can come to a runner's den to seek hiding, but not here. And if you do certain jobs for her, she can also open up more lucrative contracts. Because effectively, all good contracts go to the regulars first, and then the leftover ones are given to the new people. Yet, if you work with her, she can help push that process. She's still talking in Japanese and all that. Like, for most of this game, most people now, the common language spoken is Japanese.
Do we all speak Japanese?
Yep, I made sure that last game. You were able to pick it up as a language in training or whatever. So I think most of your characters actually had Japanese as one of your languages.
I did not, but
I think you were the only one. But you could get you were the only one that could be learning it, type of thing.
Well, we decided to come out here, just long trip, sort of relax for the evening. And
at this point, you see her kind of pulls up another screen.
Contract.
Another screen, and it seems to be some sort of outline of your body, and it looks like more of a thermal graph or whatever. And she's kind of looking now. Some of your expensive implants and all that stuff have a certain heat signature about them, and all that stuff. As she just kind of praises you on the wetware that you possess, or that she's aware of, because it still won't reveal everything, but muscle density, it will realize it's increased muscle density or whatever, and the pheromone sensors that go off as well. But she says you've got a lot of work done to you, and that's what flagged her the most, you and the orc. The orc himself, one of her resident awakened, had pointed out that he seems to have a very strong aura about him. She understands that you two basically do not seem to have a new. You seem to be
smell
quite.
To us.
Sorry.
We don't have a new smell to us.
Effectively, yes. You feel like you are quite experienced yet, and she starts moving into the rest of the guys that came in with you. Deadeyes, literally when he walks through, if this was any type of place that had weapons enforced, poor Deadeyes walking through. Effectively, his gun was registered, his smart goggle link and all that stuff, and some of the stuff that was on his body is fully registered as he was going through. Both Rain and Lena basically came through clean as they were coming through, with maybe a small pistol of that on one of them. As the gun tray, as basically some of the metals were detected. And of the last person, the sensors seemed to garble as she came through, which just definitely flagged the group of you, because something caused their sensors. She caused their sensors to malfunction as she was walking through, and that flagged the group of you actually.
Well, if you're worried about the last one, you might want to. It's a technomancer.
She tells you that they are more of the culture in Neo Tokyo.
It's a nosy one too.
So basically, that's what she's invited you off to the office. If you want business, you can do deals with her, and that will help push you up the chain.
Well, there is one we might be interested in. Apparently, somebody wants a troll's head.
At that point, she puts up, and you see a Shadowrunning paper kind of pop up on one of her screens, and you can already see you got all the Japanese characters, but the main character to you is the new yen value. Basically, it is a 75,000. It's a 75,000 new yen contract on his head. Now, it's not individual. That's the total sum of the contract.
Yeah.
But yeah, for his head alone, it's 75. There is no bounty for this guy alive, apparently.
Well, only the head return.
Yep. She tells you that currently is an open contract, and she already tells you that there's 3 runner groups on it. But she stands up and kind of she puts her heavy knuckles on the desk, but she does that kind of lean forward as she stands up, giving a good show of her cleavage and her hips as she kind of stands herself back up by the desk, and then kind of slowly does that one leg in front of the other, kind of walk in her stockings towards you, though they weren't led by a troll. And she kind of runs her finger up the front of your shirt and all that stuff, and she might be able to divulge some information that she held back from the other runner teams if you were willing to cut her a little bit of that reward. $5,000. 70,000 for you to keep, and 5,000 to her. And it would be good towards our relationship. At that point, her finger's finding its way up your neck and around to your ear, and kind of just plays with your ear a little bit.
Well, that'll depend on the information.
We cut back. Deadeyes, do you, for 150 yen, take an unknown drug that has the symbol of the chaotic death cult on it?
Do it.
Gang.
I do not.
Come on,
I'm just putting it out there.
I won't let you die.
She's good that way. She can stabilize you.
I can stabilize you. You won't die. Just take it.
At this point, you think that the pill might be kicking in for the chick that took the first one, as you kind of just see that her skin is actually getting a little flush. Her lips are getting more plush. She's got more of a rosy color to her cheeks, and her body seems to be just wiggling and moving as if she's liking the touch of her own skin, and she just starts mewing a little bit in kind of a sexual undertone.
Oh, fuck it. I'll take it. Give me that bag.
You pass the bag.
Good eyes. Yeah, I'll take it.
What's your will again? I think that's your best defense right now, isn't it? What's your
5.
will? Yeah, 5? Okay, no problem. Alrighty, so it's like the money changes and you ask for the bag again. At that point, she just smiles and holds the bag out for you and just kind of teases you as you go to reach for the bag a couple of times, and then lets you grab one of the pills.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Okay, no problem. Alright. Effectively, a lot of endorphins, and everything becomes more touch-oriented. It's probably a little bit like E, but a little bit more extreme as your pleasure centers and that start to intensify and become very sensitive. But not only that, your smell. You can start to smell the subtle pheromones off the male elf and off of Deadeyes, the kind of little strong masculine thing, and some of the need and wanting off of the other girls as that smell fills you. You can start to hear the sounds of like the scuffing of metal boot tips on the floor as they're around you, or the rattling of chains on other people. The music itself, being the more deafening sound, is almost muted and surreal, and then all the blacklight colors become very more vivid.
Damn.
Deadeyes, what are you doing now as one of your colleagues has just popped one of these pills?
I'm just gonna watch over her, make sure nothing.
Cool.
See
Cool.
what happens.
You notice that the 2 elves in the corner, the female and the male, are now making out in the booth. And you know the other elf that was after your cowboy hat, she's kind of moving onto the other side of the couch beside you, and she's trying to snuggle up against you.
When Deadeyes is nice and distracted with the chick snuggling up against him.
Yeah.
Rain's going to leave and
Come in.
You cut out. Rain's going to leave and what?
Guess she left.
sorry. She's gonna leave and go try to find
You cut out again and go find who?
Luna.
Lena.
Oh, Lina. Okay, no problem.
I'm in a mosh pit.
By the way, the mosh pit's coming to an end, and use it or lose it, Deadeyes. There you go, Blackheart. At this point, she's taking your cowboy hat off again, and she's kind of put your cowboy hat on, and it seems like she's trying to stick her tongue in your ear.
Well, I just go ahead and bow down to all the prayer pressure from everybody in the chatting table.
Oh,
Yeah,
go
what was
for
that?
it, Deadeyes.
I'm just gonna bow down to the peer pressure.
And grab one of the pills too.
Well, I got an extra one, yeah.
Oh,
Nothing-
on that note, everybody, Train Spotting 2 is coming out soon with Ewan McGregor. And then we cut back. All right. At this, so you bow in and you take the pill too. What's your willpower?
It's low.
Low. That's always
I did tell you that
low.
this game does have addiction, right?
He has one already.
That's true. And that's why you were drinking without asking a question earlier. That's right. Damn it! What a ragtag bung of drunks and druggies. Ah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't have an addiction.
Got sent away.
Oh God, willpower of 2. Okay, I mean that's not bad. That's that's kind of average-ish, kind of.
Resistant to toxins, and drugs are toxins, so.
Oh yes, you've got that merit. So how you got drunk in the first place? I don't. All right, but yeah.
I didn't get drunk yet.
So Wayland,
I'm just drinking.
The music has become more techno and a little bit more faster beat again, and you see some of the more fragile dancers are returning to the dance floor.
Fragile.
And you see, in probably more, whether she's aware of it or not, she's got that sexual predator type of sway to her hips and legs as you see Rain kind of walking back to the dance floor, and her eyes don't seem to be on you per se, but more Lina.
Uh-oh. Wait, what are your thoughts on being abused by elven women?
We come back to the office now at this point. So anyways, Yuri,
I figured we're deep into negotiations upstairs now.
Is that what you're calling that now?
That's
Yuki, basically, seems to be teasing, but not actually leading into what you're expecting. She seems to be like more
Cocktease?
Yeah. Basically, she happens to know the pit that troll likes to hang out at. And this is strictly a troll pit. Anyone that is not a troll or an orc might have a hard time blending in to the club. And that is most likely where he might be.
Any of these other teams that are heading out after him have trolls in them?
Nope. They're all nicely human, maybe a few elves. Nice little clean teams. She tells you some of the runners here, you don't see that many orcs or trolls here. Not as many. So that's the location of that dive is what she's willing to give you for 5,000. And of course, if you don't get the money, then she doesn't get her 5,000. She understands that. But if you do get, if her intel gets you that troll, she wants 5,000 out of the 75,000 that's offered for him.
Alright. If we get the troll,
You got it.
we'll give you
Okay.
5.
And at that
On
point, she
top of
asks,
that, though,
Yeah.
How many of the rest of his associates were?
Sorry?
Are there any other bounties on the rest of his associates?
Most of the